Hi good people, welcome to Freedom with Frida. If you're new here, kindly subscribe. If you've been here since day one, thank you so much for supporting this girl. Now, today's topic was inspired by Janet Bugua. Most of you, I'm sure you know her. There's a video she did. She was talking about birth traits that we carry along. Probably we've just carried them from when we were young, or we adopted them at some point in our lives, but somehow they're bad traits and they're limiting how we interact with people. Probably they're limiting even how we grow, our success, and so many things. And most importantly, our relationship with people. And that got me thinking, what are some of the bad traits that I have? What are some of the things that I do that are not so good with people around me, friends, family, colleagues? Just some of the bad things that I've carried with me. Some we know, some we just don't know them, or maybe we know them but we are not conscious about them. So this got me thinking. I was like, maybe it's high time I confront my bad traits, and I have written them down. I've actually written them down on this book. This is my Money Matters book. It's not meant for those things, but why not? Misuse of books and things that I should be writing about money issues here, which guys I think I need to share with you in my next video. Money matters, because man, pesa. We need to think right about money, how we save, how we invest, how we do all that. Yeah, I'll be talking about that probably the next video. Now, let's talk about my bad traits. And I looked at them. I could be having many, but the ones that I'm very sure about are 3 of them. First, I am one person who is very, very, very impatient. Like, when God was giving people patience, Nika Ali skipped. Like, he literally just skipped, and I didn't get it. Like, I am very patient in life, and it's such a bad trait, and it's so annoying sometimes. It's so draining most of the times, and it gets me thinking, I'm not doing enough. I need to do this. I am always running. I'm always trying to chase a dream. And when it's not coming when I want it to come, I feel so discouraged. I feel so frustrated. And I realized I have this trait last year when I did a personality test, and I had to think about myself really well, like come into terms with the things that make me me, my characters, my personality, the things I do, how I react to situation. And that's when I realized I'm actually very impatient. And this hit me hard when I visited a bank and I wanted to do a withdrawal in one of my accounts that doesn't have an ATM. So like I had to queue, and there were like 10 people ahead of me. So you see, this time at the bank nowadays, you can see when they call people, there are those numbers that display there, 1050. 10. So I looked at it and I could tell there are like 10 people ahead of me, and I just couldn't wait. It's not like I was rushing anywhere, but I just couldn't wait. And this got me thinking, Frida, I mean, there's somebody who's gonna come and sit here and wait for like 20-30 people. It's just not me. It's just not me. And it really gets me bad when it comes to people around me. Like, someone is trying to explain something to me, and if you see these people who speak slowly, they take their time when they're talking. I'm the opposite. Like, I talk very fast. It's a personality. Guys, if you've done a personality test, you know those kind of people who they react to things very fast. They are very fast to answer questions. I was that girl in school. Questions, I know the answer, I'm up there, I want to answer. So it's a personality. But again, now this impatient part of it is when it comes to a point where someone is speaking to me And I'm like, I'm already figuring out what it is that they want to say, and I'm already finishing it for them. Like, I'm not waiting. Like, finish up. I already know what you're saying, and it gets people badly. It really gets people badly, and it's not a good thing. So I've been working on it, and I think I mentioned it at some point when I was talking about things you didn't know about me on my second video on this YouTube. I mentioned that I am still struggling with it. Right now, I'm consciously, like, if I find myself in that situation where I need to wait, like, you know, there's something that is meant to happen and I need to wait, I consciously get my thinking or my thoughts into, hey, Frida, it's time to wait. Because if I don't do that, I'll either leave it, I'll get done with you, I'm moving on. Like, I don't have time for this, you know? That kind of a thing. So guys, let me know. Do you have traits that you think they're really bad? They rub people the wrong way? And you're still carrying them along? Or have you ever thought of some of the bad things you're carrying along? The baggage. I'll call it baggage because it's not a good thing. And even the Bible says we have to wait. Like, man, you just have to learn to wait. Even when you pray, like, God gives you answers like yes, no, or wait. So wait is part of it. So Frida, you need to learn to wait. So that's one of the bad traits that I'm learning every day, to improve, to just make myself better when it comes to waiting, when it comes to being patient with life, with my dreams, with people. Because, like, if you rub me the wrong way, if we are working and you just you misbehave once, twice, at that time, I don't have time for that. I don't think whether there is a positive side of being impatient. Maybe, I don't know, but I think the biggest part of it is that it's not a good trait. It's just something that we need to work on. And in this creative world I'm living in, it takes time to get through. It takes time for people to notice what you're doing. It takes time for you to sell your business. It takes time for people to believe in you. It takes time for schools to call me when I need mentorship. It just takes time. And so I'm learning every day. But I can tell you, I'm not there yet. I'm still struggling with it. So that's one of the bad traits that I have. The second one is, I think it also is combined with this impatient part of me. I'm very quick to judge people's actions. Don't get me wrong. Let's get this back at it. I'm very quick to judge people's action. Like, if I meet you for the first time, and you behave in a certain way, I pick that and I judge you with it. Like, that's the picture I'll paint of you, and it will be very hard for you to get it off my mind. Like, it takes time, which I think is not right, which I think I need to give people a chance to maybe explain themselves more. Takes time to get to know people better, because sometimes we meet people when they had even bad days, they are in these bad moods, it's just a bad day, and then I take that and I'm thinking that's who you are. I'm thinking that's you, yet in real sense you're just having a bad day. So I'm working on that nowadays. I'm trying my level best to just give people a chance to explain themselves, and especially people who mean a lot to me, friends, people around me, family. I don't react to it as much. So I think on these 3 bad traits I have, this is one of them that I've really worked on to make myself better at how I react to people, how I judge people. But again, I think it's also a good thing sometimes to just take that which people present to you and just say, wow, I'm not giving you another chance, because again, they can take advantage of you. And especially in friendships, when things keep reoccurring and happening and happening and re-happening, it's time you rethink giving people chances to explain themselves. Now, on to the third one. This one is one of the reasons why I took a break from YouTube. I always want things to run in a certain way. Okay? Even my house. I always want, my couch should be this way, the TV should be here, my clothes should be organized. That perfectionist kind of character. I'm not sure I'm a perfectionist, but I think to some extent I am, where I expect things to be in a certain way, and when they're not, it hits my head up. Like, it drains me, it makes me mad, it pisses me off, it just gets my mind so disorganized that I can't continue on the next thing I'm supposed to do. Like, if I wake up and my bread is not spread, I just can't work in that space. Like, I have to first spread that bread. If it's next to me, I just can't work. Like really, guys, is there anyone who's struggling with this? Like, you just want things to run in a certain way? Even at work, like, I'm working with people who have their own way of doing stuff. They have their own thinkings, but I still feel like things should run in a certain way. And this can be draining, can be very annoying when you're working with people who are very disorganized, when you're working with people who just wake up and do things. Like, they don't plan for them, they don't really care how things happen or how life moves. Life is just moving. And you're expected to work with these guys. It can be very draining. For me, it drains me a lot. This is one of the biggest struggle I'm having. So I try to get my mind to think, okay, Frida, you are working with different people, they have different personalities, things have to run somehow, you have to compromise how things run in a certain environment at work. Like, yeah, it's a struggle. It's really a struggle. So when Janet spoke about that, and for her, she said she has this issue of, she has a fixed mind, and I think somehow that's me, like having a fixed mind that things are supposed to be in a certain way. So even when I ask for advice and you give me advice, somehow I end up doing what I wanted to do, as much as I asked for that advice. And this gets me thinking, now why did I even ask for it? Most of the time, I will go and do what I think is right. Now, the positive side of this story is, you have things, if whatever you thought is the right way, you're doing good. Like, you're on the right track. But if you thought what you thought was the wrong thing, if what you thought was not right and it's taking you to the bad edge of it, then you're gonna get into it and dip into it, because you only followed what you thought. You only go by what you think is right. You only take your own beliefs, your own decisions, your own, everything is me, everything is Frida. Like, I just want things to be perfect in my own way. Does that make sense? Yeah. So those are some of the struggles I'm having, but every day in life is a learning lesson. So every day I'm becoming better. Every day I'm trying to be conscious of these things. I know when to react in a certain way, know when to judge people by what they say and what they do, know when things have to be going in a certain way, or know when to be perfect on some situations. I just differentiate when to be this and when not to be this, if that makes sense to you. But I can promise you it's a struggle. There are those bad traits we've just carried along with us, and they've become us. Sometimes they've just become us, and it takes time to just get them out of our system. You know, it takes time, it takes patience, which I don't have, which I'm struggling with. But I'm hoping and I'm believing that I'll get there. And I'll be excited to become better. Of course, you can't be 100%. But yeah, it's something I'm struggling with. So guys, let me hear on the comment below. Is there any bad trait you have that you think? Sometimes people keep mentioning that, Frida, you kwa hivi, udemu kwa hivi, uchali kwa hivi. Like, people keep saying, this is who you are, this is how she reacts, this is how she behaves. Like, do you have such traits? And then have you ever like taken time to think consciously that, okay, this is a bad thing that I need to change? Or do you just flow, just say, this is who I am, so let us do this? So let me hear. So thank you so much guys for stopping by and for listening to me. Waiting to hear from you guys. What are some of the things you go through? Or did you have a bad trait that you fought? And how did you go about it? By the way, thank you so much for subscribing. If you haven't, kindly do. And always speak well of yourself. Be very careful what you say about yourself. Speak well of yourself. See you in my next video.